Hi, this is Coach White and head coach Prairie View A&M, just calling in to give an update on winning the SWAC championship this year. It's truly a blessing, and I just give all the glory to God. It's really a team effort. The team did an unbelievable job in fighting through all adversity of losing the first match yesterday and getting swept, and then having to win twice to win the championship. So it was a total team effort. I can't say enough about how proud I am of the effort and the resilience that they've shown this season. Alexa Burke has continued her great year and really led the team in a history-making year. This win marks the sixth championship for the bowling program in 7 years. I can't ask for much more. Now we look forward to seeing who will face in the first round of the NCAA championship. So we should have an answer on that, I think, maybe by Tuesday or Wednesday. But again, just so proud of the team and how they battle back to win the SWAC championship again this year. Go Panthers!
It's the radio guy, Mike Prince. Happy Monday morning to you. Time for another episode of the Mike Prince Show, exclusively here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. You know our handles by now, at least I hope you do. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the Mike Prince Show. YouTube channel, Open Mic Broadcast Network. The website, obnradio.com. And, of course, the 24-hour dial-in message line, 713-570-6736. And, without further delay, let us jump into today's episode. Before we get too involved in today's program, we'd like to extend our condolences to Mr. Prairie View Panther himself, Clem Daniels, who earned his wings over the weekend. Our thoughts and prayers are truly with you and the family. And let's continue to keep them lifted up in their moments of transition. Today's episode is being brought to you by Attorney Lee Van Richardson, located at 1047 Alston Street in Hempstead, Texas. The phone number 979-826-8008. And, of course, the Prairie View Athletic Club, serving student athletes since 1986. For more information on how to become a member of the Prairie View Athletic Club, simply dial 936-857-5817. As you heard at the top of the show, congratulations to the Prairie View A&M University women's bowling team and Coach Glenn White. They did it the hard way, coming out of the losers bracket, but they were able to be the last team standing, victorious for their fifth championship in 7 years. Congratulations, Coach White. They will now await to see where they're headed off next. We're planning to hear from Coach White later on this week to get more details about the information at hand. So once again, congratulations. Job well done. Panthers hoisting up yet another bowling title.
Hello, TV Nation. It's Kimberly Runnels, your National Alumni Association president, just wanting to invite everyone, alumni and friends, to our 45th annual National Alumni Convention held at the Houston City Place Marriott in Spring, Texas. The date, July 25th through the 27th, 2019. Don't miss it. Fellowship with other alumni. We have a networking seminar occurring, and of course the Athletic Summit returns as well. Soon, registration information will be available. So don't miss 3 fabulous days at the Houston City Place Marriott in Spring, Texas.
And just a reminder, We want to congratulate a job well done on the women and men side of things of the hardwood. Panthers losing on Thursday night in Fort Worth to TCU Horned Frogs, 71-42. We actually broadcast that game here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Feel free to go back and check it out. Some of you have. We truly appreciate that. We appreciate Coach Pugh making herself available after a tough loss and handling up on things of that nature. You know, it's part of the territory, even at the tough losses, stepping up to the mic in this case and just answering the questions. And sometimes that is more difficult than it appears because the emotions that are involved with coaching. We are human. We are, at moments and times, combustible or could be combustible. But she and Coach Smith have always made themselves available, and we truly, truly appreciate that here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. But it does not take away the job that Coach Sandy Pugh has accomplished since her arrival here on the campus of Prairie View A&M University. And I know I've said it more than once, but you can't say it enough. You just don't know what it's like to step into a situation late in the hour and put all the ingredients together and come out with a dish that is tasteful. I know I referred that to food. Maybe I'm hungry at this point. But you do get what I'm saying. And of course, we cannot overemphasize enough of what Coach Smith has added to the Panthers athletic program with the success that he's had and the short time that he has been able to get this accomplished. We'll talk a little bit about that scenario in just a little bit. Strong weekend performance for the PV relays over the weekend. Another successful PV relay run. And thanks to everyone that participated, thanks to everyone that helped do their part to pull off a successful event. Congratulations to Coach Clay, Coach Angela Williams for getting it done. Had Olympic athletes involved and student athletes from all over. And a job well done. And oh, by the way, what were you doing at 5:01 in the a.m. on this Monday morning? Football practices began this morning. Coach Dooley and the Panthers getting things done for spring session. We have received confirmation from Coach Dooley. We'll have a weekly report leading up to the spring game, the Purple and Gold game in April, on the development of Panthers football. We can't wait to get that one to you as we get ready for year 2 of the spot the ball era under Coach Dooley, who I affectionately call the Ghost. And we have some rumble in the jungle, if you would, with the baseball situation on the campus of Prairie View A&M University. We'll dive into that a little bit deeper. But before I do that, let us revisit the Coach Byron Smith situation. We cannot overemphasize what a phenomenal year that Coach Smith achieved with the men's basketball program. We cannot overemphasize the success that Coach Pugh has had with the women's program. For a moment, I just want to focus on Coach Byron Smith, if I could. Coach Byron Smith inherits a team that's somewhat in turmoil, trying to figure things out, had been under established leadership for 10 plus years. He's given the opportunity. He takes advantage of the opportunity. He excels with the opportunity. And now it could be time to revisit the current status. We do understand that there was a transition of power in regards of athletic directors between the reestablishing of Coach Smith's current contract. And one thing about it, no matter how successful one is, no matter how much money one is receiving, everyone that's involved when it comes to business like to know that they are appreciated, like to know that they are wanted, and like to know that there is some mutual credibility and respectability amongst all parties involved. What am I saying? In general purposes, in general rules of business from the athletic point of view, whenever a new leader comes in the world of athletics, people are on pins and needles. Man, does he like me? Is my job safe? What is what? And deservedly so, because one of the given rules in the world of athletics is that the new leadership normally has in their mind who they want in key positions. They make the necessary movements, and as a result, the new regime takes its shape and form. We've seen that thus far with behind the scene moves in athletics. That's part of the nature of this business. But to bring about the assurity for PV Nation, to bring about the assurity for Coach Smith and the program that is being established under his leadership, maybe, just maybe, it would be an act of good faith if the meetings of the mind would come together and strike a new deal. Now, the monetary part of it, that's between the parties at the negotiating table. I have nothing to do with that. I'm just simply stating what would be proper, because the current leadership does inherit this existing situation. However, they could make a huge statement by saying, you know what, Coach, I want you to know that I believe in you too. Here's a new deal. Sign right here. Let's 86 that one and let's move forward. That's just from my observation. And I think that would be a good move, a productive move for the sake of keeping things headed in the right direction. That's just my visual point of view. Because let's just compare apples to apples. What has been accomplished, what has been established, had not been established for 50 plus years, 58 years to be exact. 58 years. That's a lot to be said. And I believe it's enough to revisit and get everyone on the same page. And speaking of getting on the same page, a lot of you, by way of texting, email, phone calls, smoke signal, have been inquiring to me on the current baseball situation on the campus of Prairie View A&M University. And I will say this again. Number one, I am not on the payroll for Prairie View A&M University. Number two, I do not have any say-so in the daily operations of the athletic department at Prairie View A&M University. Number three, I have and shall continue to be a supporter of Prairie View A&M athletics, especially baseball. Despite the facts, and I want you to hear me very clearly, the facts that I am about to share with you, despite the facts that I personally was lied upon in regards to whether or not our current coach, Antoine Riggins, should be relieved of his services. Many believed that report, accepted that report, and I took the high road on that report. I've even had people that I've known for 30 plus years question me on that report. And I will clearly state it again that I never demanded nor commanded that Coach Antoine Riggins or any other coach be fired from their position. However, I am going to relay some facts, and it's up to you to form your own opinion. I am not going to give an opinion. I am simply going to state facts. Leading into the 2019 campaign, Coach Riggins' overall record, 44 wins, 109 losses, 28% winning percentage. Fact, in the seasons, including this 2019 campaign, the Panthers have won 3 series out of 27 conference series attempts. 11% winning percentage. The 3 series that were won, 2 against Southern University, who were definitely rebuilding on last year. The other win is against the current Pine Bluff, Arkansas Golden Lions, which happens to be at the bottom of the West and operating on 4 scholarships. These are facts. Fact is Prairie View A&M University's baseball program is fully funded. 11.7 scholarships are the maximum that you could receive on an NCAA divisional baseball program. That's where Prairie View is. Prairie View A&M University baseball program is fully funded. These are facts. Facts. According to the NCAA.org website, the 2018 edition of Prairie View A&M University Panthers baseball was the worst statistically in the entire nation. Let's fast forward. Many of you were in an uproar because of this past weekend series against Texas Southern. Panthers lost that series 1-2. But what had many of you in an uproar was the fact that Texas Southern beat Prairie View 34-2. And I'm not even going to focus on that. That's irrelevant, because being a former player, some days it just gets away like that. I like the fact that the Panthers showed resilience by bouncing back the following day, winning 5-3. I like the fact that they showed some resilience, even though they lost on yesterday 7-5. They were down 7-1 in the 8th inning, made the game at least competitive toward the end, losing 7-5. I have no problem with that. That's part of life. Some days are good, some days are bad. But what I have a concern with, yet another fact, that since the Riggins era, the Panthers are 2-16 against Texas Southern. That's a fact. That is an absolute fact. The fact that in 1 week, the Panthers baseball program gave up 146 runs in 2018. That is a fact. And for some of you who might not be fully aware of just what type of impact that is, 146 runs scored in baseball is almost as many runs that are scored for an entire season with one program. These are facts. I had only one discrepancy, and that was the prior administration went on the SWAC digital network and said that they were standing behind Coach Riggins because when Coach Riggins took over the baseball program, there were APR issues. That was what I had a problem with. That was not true. My words were this: if Riggins is your guy, say that's your guy and let us rally around him. But don't put it off on the head of a former alumni brother who happened to be the head baseball coach that he inherited an APR problem. That was the concern that I had, protecting the integrity and the pride of Prairie View A&M University. And many of you took the bait that Prince was out trying to sabotage or defame the baseball program, which is furthest from the truth. Not only am I a proud Prairie View supporter of the athletic department financially, I've invested emotionally, I've invested spiritually, and I've invested with my own network at providing coverage for games, interviews, player highlights when no one else was thinking about supporting Prairie View A&M University baseball. Regardless of what has been said, regardless of how you try to do it or clarify it, the proof is in the pudding. I've extended and continue to extend coverage by way of interviews, game broadcasts, game updates. I know, not believe, but I know that I am qualified and bona fide to open this mic every day and speak what I know to be truth. Now, whatever the truth is, that's the truth. I have nothing to do with the truth. I just report what I know to be the truth. If you win 5-3, I report that as the truth. If you lose 7-5, I report that as the truth. That has nothing to do with my personal opinions. Opinions do not truly even matter. It's really about the facts. And the facts are that the world of athletics is a performance-driven world. When coaches are hired, they know what they're walking into. It's performance driven. Now, I'll take the role, I'll take the hit of being the scapegoat. I'll take that all day long and twice on Sunday. But can't one coach that has been connected to Prairie View A&M athletics ever with a clear conscience say that Mike Prince or this network has lied on them, has tried to sabotage them, or have done personal attacks against them? Because a personal attack is talking about a person's integrity. A personal attack is talking about how a person may behave. I have nothing to do with that. Don't even care about that. What I'm focused on are the performance-driven results. Why is anyone placed in a position? They are placed in a position to expect results. Teachers are hired to teach students. Leaders are hired to lead staffs. It is performance driven. None of the personal stuff. I don't care about the personal stuff. The fact is, we should expect results from whomever is placed in position. I am a season ticket holder. I, a financial contributor. I have been a vocal supporter and defender of Thy Purple and Gold to the point where people have thought that I was on the payroll. I have over 30 years of my blood, sweat, and tears invested in this program. Not just baseball, but athletics. And the bottom line is, it is result driven. This is not personal. It is strictly based upon performance. Now, you shape your own opinion. And many of you that are listening to this, if you're still listening, are going to say, Prince is tripping today. He must be on something. I'm not on anything. But I do know this, that as a student of any university in the country, if you got a student performing at a 28% success rate, they won't be a student for long. And the irony of it all, since we want to throw in PV loyalty, is that all of this was experienced at the sake of a Panther being relieved of duty because they had a down year. But no one is raising the roof about that. No one has anything to say about the injustice that was done to a Prairie View A&M University alum who was lied to. No one says anything about that. But that's the way it happens. That's the way it is. It is what it is. And therefore it shall be what it shall be. But when the dust settles, we must come to reality that some things speak for themselves. And because you or I choose not to address it, doesn't mean it's not happening. Now, some of you will take this show, this episode, and spin it however you want to spin it. But everything that I've laid out to you has been fact-based. I'm over time. Thank you for joining and listening. You know the message line, 713-570-6736. Reach out to me on Twitter at The Mike Prince Show. Don't forget to sign up and subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.